Welcome back to another video. Tell you what, I had all this stuff planned out for tonight. I had some party chickens and stuff like that, and some Bywater bourbon, some alcohol, some soft drinks, non-alcoholic beer for y'all who didn't want alcohol. And I thought we were going to have this live stream like everybody else is doing, this party live stream with the march to, 100,000 Bitcoin. I really thought today was going to be it. If you caught my short earlier today, Coinbase had it at 99,800 at one point, and it kind of went back down. We all know 100,000 is going to happen. It just might be another day or so. Don't know what the weekend's going to bring. And if it doesn't hit it over the weekend, Mondays normally in the past have been some pretty good pumps when everybody's getting back to it. You never know. It could happen tonight. It's 10:30 p.m. right now, Central Time here in Louisiana. It could happen tonight. That's when we saw some big price action before. We know it's coming. And what's going to happen after that? Well, we're going to discuss that. So, where are we looking at tonight? What do we think is going to happen? Well, first of all, Grumpy made a new line. The new Grumpy line is 100,000, because why not? We can see, like I said earlier, this is Bitstamp. And Bitstamp had it at its highest today at 1 p.m. Again, Central Time at 99,800. And we had some price action come down. This is the 1 hour chart. 15-minute chart, you can kind of see the same thing. Had it 99.8 or whatever, came back down, 98.4, back up, back down. So 98,671 is where we're sitting at right now. You can check some of the other exchanges. Coinbase had the same thing. This is the 15-minute chart. You had it at 1:45 p.m. 99,000. They had 99,852, and came back down to this 98.4. And we keep talking about like what's going to happen. What's going to happen when it eventually hits this? One thing I wanted to look at real quick is Binance. Binance has been notoriously lower, and it's always been like that. But the highest Binance got was last night, was 99.3. They had it coming down to 96.4 early this morning. The highest they're saying it never even hit 99,000 at 1 o'clock. That shows you the discrepancy in pricing, down to 97,000. We didn't see that on Bitstamp. We didn't see no 97,000 today. So, where's it go from here? I'm going to tell you, talking to a lot of people, or watching a lot of people, listening to a lot of people. I've been watching videos and doing research all day on this. There are basically two thoughts. And depending on what kind of person you are, you kind of like the two thoughts, because it's not going to just kind of bounce around and go sideways. It's not going to hit 100,000 and just kind of go sideways. Is you basically have two thoughts right now, as in you got there's some people that believe it all matters how much momentum you got going into this. Is if this has a lot of momentum when it comes through, they got some shorts that can get liquidated, but they see this easily going. And again, I'm not a TA guy. I'm just kind of relaying what they're saying, but there's just nothing to stop this, no resistance if it busts through with a lot of momentum. There's a lot of people saying this is going straight to $110,000. Now, I don't know about that. And you got some people who think, and this is kind of where I'm thinking, y'all know me, I'm always negative. I really think at this point, you're going to see it hit this 100 level. And I just think they got a bunch of sells. I think people are going to take profits, and I see this going back down to a 92,000 and then eventually retesting back up. That's just me. And there are some other people out there who kind of believe that. So, and that's coming from people who know a lot more than me. I know there's different charts we can throw up here that shows you, how much money's waiting, how much sell orders there are out there, how many buy orders are out there. but people have been buying Bitcoin from 15, 25, 30, 40,000 over the last year and a half, 2 years. And 100,000 is just this emotional number. And I think there's going to be a lot of people out there taking profits. What I'm hoping is, because I'll be honest with y'all, I own a couple of $100 worth of Bitcoin and that's it. And I hold it mostly for sentimental purposes, just to say, I got sick of people asking me, how much do you own? How much Bitcoin you own? And I was saying none. So I own some just to say I own some. In case one day when the future it goes up to $52 million or whatever, some of these crazy things that they're saying, you know, in the future, way in the future. So I'm like, hell, I'll own a couple of $100. I'm waiting for the alts, and everybody knows. I don't have to pull up the charts or the old charts that show you that first is Bitcoin or memes and Bitcoin, and then it goes into the big alts and the smaller alts, and then layer 3, meta, all the stuff like that. We know that that's what's eventually going to come. What we're looking at now is this. So, I mean, depending on how you feel about him, Alex Becker had some pretty good video he did earlier, and this is kind of what I've been echoing for a year now. And I even went back and kind of looked at some of my videos that I did. And as much as y'all want, back then I found he was nowhere as bad as as at one point he got so toxic. I sold some crypto for my family to live, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Still like VET. They got projects behind VET. VET went up 16,000%. So look at it. Alex Becker put some of these alts. Y'all might not believe. They call them boomer alts, but I like that. You know, I know they call some this morning at about 9 boomers. Right before this little drop right here. I kind of like that word as far as going back to alts. But even with cents, look at the price here. I've been talking about WIF since it was 24 cents. All my helium WIF now up to, you know, was it $3 and something right here? I'm talking about 80 cents. I just thought it was cool when I found that. And I got to say, one thing is, I think even though I don't think my video production is nothing great, I've come a long way since some of them videos. But hey, you know, it's cool to stay humble because that was rough. And I got worse videos than that. My first couple of videos, I can't show them anymore because, you know, DFly will flag me on YouTube because I talk about them. But those were bad. But going back to this, you know, I've tried to say that this bear market was almost like a reset, kind of almost like we took a time machine back, kind of like Back to the Future, where you knew what was going to happen. What we have with these boomer altcoins is we know we have the projects behind them. Hey, people can make fun of Cardano all day. They can make fun of Cardano all day. But when you look at what Cardano has been doing, and I've told y'all, I've been DCA-ing when I can afford it, to be honest, but when I DCA into it, I'm going into Solana, AVAX, Cardano, VET. Even Atom at some point. I was buying a lot of Atom during the bear market. And when you start looking at Cardano, this is, let me hide my fat head. I was telling y'all about to get Cardano back in these 20-cent ranges and stuff. And at some point it does fall. I don't know if you go back far enough, but somewhere it's fallen in this 20-cent range. It's at $1.08 right now. Where exactly it's at right now? It's up 237% in 2 weeks. But a point that, look, if anybody's watched Alex Becker, he makes fun of Cardano holders more than anything else. Talking about sleeping on the couch while your girlfriend's sleeping with her real boyfriend in the bedroom and sleeping in their mama's basement and stuff like that. And then, but he said he can't make fun of him no more because Cardano's moving. And you don't have to like or fall in love with the projects. It's the pumpamentals. We've heard that word before, pumpamentals. I used to watch Ivan on Tech a lot. His videos just got too long for me, which I'm the last person that should be knocking at. But, you know, he used to always talk about the pumpamentals. And it's just what's hot right now. And when you look at what Cardano's doing, that's just hot. You know, they've been talking about that. They've been talking about XRP. You know, Look, I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to admit. I'll admit when I was wrong. This one right here takes a lot of stomach from me because I've never been an XRP fan. I was in XRP. I made some good profits from it before the lawsuit came. Sold it when it was $1, whatever it was back then, and it fell down. But you can't doubt these numbers. And one thing that I kind of forgot about, and I'll admit it, is same thing I just said about Cardano. You don't have to love the project. I don't like this project. I think it's old technology. I think they're too tied in with centralized banks, which is what crypto's supposed to be. But I kept forgetting about the number one thing, the XRP army, is what kind of community does it have behind it? And listen, I counted them out too quick, and here you go, $1.50. You're up 200% in that same 2 weeks, just like Cardano was, and you can't doubt that. You can't not imagine this happen, or not realizing this is happening. And here's another one. Another one I told y'all DCA in this. I kept telling y'all, especially when it's around 2 cents, I was telling y'all DCA into this. People don't like VET for some reason, but again, it's not about falling in love with the project or the projects behind it. Fundamentals is what's it got behind it. Here you go right here, 115%. It was at 2 cents, it's at 4 cents. So if you put anything into it at that point, you double. I had been buying VET for years, just stacking it. I'm making some VTHOR with it, which is the gas for VET. And I've even bought some VTHOR. And when I bought VET beginning this year, I've doubled that money. So you can't doubt this kind of stuff. Atom is another boomer coin, very big cap, but you can't doubt it. This was down to $3 and something, so it is more than doubled since we talked about DCA and into it. And last but not least is Solana. We talked about Solana. I kept telling y'all that, and I constantly talked about how buying this Solana, I bought it at $8, $12, $13, and I got slammed in the Facebook. So that's what we were really in back then, is especially the helium groups. Helium is basing itself on Solana. People who are trying to support helium are knocking Solana, saying Solana is screwed and all this stuff when the FTX stuff come. And I'm like, are y'all really that dense? I mean, come on, how much stuff, how many projects were on Solana already? And Solana fell down to $111. This was August 24th. It's up 136%. But when you hear what some of these price estimates are in Solana, you got people talking about, listen, I still think Solana's hitting $700 to $800 as bull market. I think I'm guessing low because you're already at 260. One thing that, and this is what Alex Becker brought up, and I brought this up the other day in one of my streams. You're not even in the alt season yet. And I just showed you what some of the boomer coins are already doing, up 200%. And we hadn't even started the alt season yet. So if you think you're late getting into these projects, you're wrong. If my guesstimates are right, and we go to $700 or $800, you're still tripling your money on Solana. On Atom, you're looking at a 500% increase going from where we're at now just to go back to all-time high. And that's only if we go back to all-time high and not blast through it. AVAX, we're expecting big things from AVAX. I was telling you about it at $25, $30. It had even fell in last year down to $9. And even this year, back in August, it was at $19. But this one is 227% back to all-time high. But I'm saying it. None of this is financial advice. This is just kind of stuff we're seeing. But Alex Becker talked a lot about this. This is like what he thinks is going to be one of the hotter coins going into this bull market because of the amount of stuff being built behind it and the community that's behind it. And even the XRP at one point was up to 340, which is more than doubling. And the way that army is, I could see it going up higher than that also. Just remember that, listen, meme coins are great. I just showed y'all with, but for whatever meme coins that we can pick correctly, the bonks, even those, we still have to consider Doge a meme coin because there's no projects behind it. The Pepe's, whiffs, that's not included all the 2,000 tokens made a day memes that you can't, if you go to X at all and you ask what color's the sky, you're going to get slammed with buy this token, buy this meme token, buy this meme token. Hey, I mean, like I've even helped push entropy and stuff like that. I will say that just be careful because majority of those meme coins, 99% of the meme coins will never make it more than the pump and dump for a couple of hours. We're not going to get majority, 99.999% of people are not going to get long-term financially independent, if that's the right word. I don't like to say the word get rich, but off of a meme coin. Hey, it's going to happen to some people. You're right. Some people are going to pick the right, the other day I put $20 into one of them. I keep telling you about dope and made some decent money off of it and got out, but I got lucky. I don't know how I even picked it. Tried to duplicate it a couple of times. It didn't work. But these tokens, aren't going anywhere. These tokens, you don't have to worry about them dumping like they did. They're going to dump at the market or if some kind of black swan event comes. I'm never going to say it's not going to dump, but you're not going to have to worry about that like you will with some meme coins. Yes, there could be another meme coin that comes out next week. I keep hearing people talking about Peanut the squirrel. But when you sit here and you look at Peanut the squirrel, it was chugging along at its 8 cents and then came up. And, of course, I bought here, somewhere around here. It goes up to 240. Then when I saw it come back down, I made a tiny bit of money. But I got out in the green, but it wasn't that much green. And it slowly kind of went down. Why people think like the whole Peanut thing, God bless the little critter's heart. But I just don't think it's got, no pun intended, the wings to keep going. That's just me. I've called them wrong before. That's why none of this is financial advice. I keep hearing people talk about bonk, that they think bonk's gonna have a resurgence. I did buy DCA a little bit into that recently. And I still hold a decent amount of whiff also. But where I'm throwing my money in, I got paid today, Friday. I'm maybe I need to start doing a little more of these specials. I don't know people who listen to me because they know I'm not a big TA expert, but I DCA'd into my Solana, DCA'd into Atom, DCA'd. Look, I keep telling you before, with Solana, I was taking my helium profits every day, $5, $6, $7, depending on how many, whatever the price was. And I was just stacking my Solana. When I look at my Exodus wallet, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to. I told y'all before, my Solana wallet my Exodus wallet took a 90% cut. And I'm not going through that again. I'm telling people, because I don't want nobody coming after me. I don't want nobody attacking me online. This ain't no BitBoy stuff. I own every one of these tokens that we've talked about. I probably do have a little bit of XRP left. And I'm going to sell it when I think it's the top or the top starting to come down. I am not going to watch my wallet lose 90% again. The days of diamond hands and hodling, you're not going to hear that on this channel. Now, listen, I'm diamond hands and like all these little, especially ESP32 devices. I got people asking me all the time, like Entropy. Hey, at some point you got to cheat. Why? I don't have to cheat anytime. Talking to these people, listening to these people, they got some big plans in the future. I'm not dying for that money. Yes, I got over $1,000 worth of Entropy sitting in a wallet. I'm not cheating that. I got a second wallet where I've just been buying. When I see dips, I'm buying Entropy. I'm not touching that. I got another device that's just sitting there and just burning every day. They keep telling me that I need to start holding it because it helps the project by holding it and not burning it. I like burning it. To me, I'm helping the project either way. I don't know where that's going to go. But also Irwin, I opened up one box one day, made $85. Now, the days you don't open boxes, you're making $1, if that. But I have over $100. Why am I selling that? I'm not hurting for that. My family's not going poor. My wife and I just went out to eat tonight, had a nice dinner with just us, no kids, and I'm not hurting and dying right now for that money. So why would I sell all of that? Why would I sell my Solana when it's up right now? Hey, did I take a little bit of profit from my hunting trip last week, 2 weeks ago? Yes, because I needed it just the way that trip fell opposite of my payday. So I wanted a little bit of cash flash money and had a little bit left over and bought some stuff for this computer in this room to try to get this room better. Um, Taking another hunting trip next week with my son. We do a Thanksgiving weekend. That's just me and his little tradition that we've started since before he was born. I did that with my family, and I'm doing that with him now. Um, he's 18 years old. I don't know how much longer he's going to go hunt with dad for. If I need a little bit of flash money for where we need to stay at, and for our trip, I might take a little bit of profit. My point is, I'm gonna take profit when I'm ready. I'm not planning on taking it. I'm diamond handing to a point later into this bull run, but it ain't gonna be these long-term diamond hands. Oh, I need to hold on to it for 20 years thing. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Um, so don't be surprised when you find out that Grumpy's selling. Don't get your feelings hurt that, oh, Grumpy told us to buy this and he turned around selling it. No, I'm not selling this anytime soon. But I can tell you before the bull market's over with, or when I think it's over with, or when there's a lot of YouTubers who are talking the same way. Hey, when they start talking about it, I might use that as my trigger also. I don't know. It matters what's going on. Do I still think you have time to buy these tokens? Yes. Not financial advice, but I do. Can you still DCA $5 or $10 a week? The way stuff's going up, you might have to get a little more aggressive. It might be time to make some little bit bigger purchases. Now, at what point do you start going to the smaller caps? I don't know. That's something that I've never really played with. Listening to Becker and them earlier. Hey, listen, Alex Becker's a little hot head sometimes, but when you look at what his videos were last year and compared to what the market's doing now, he's called a lot of right stuff. He really has. Um, I see one word of caution. I was talking to some people in the group earlier. Is these people pushing ASIC miners again? And some of these, we talked about that last night on my live. I'll be very wary about this. I'll be very wary about people selling these $1,000, $1,200 devices right now that you have to worry about ROIing. If you feel that comfortable about the project, buy the token. But when you can take that money and put it into some of these alts right now and start making profit now and not have to wait for the ROI. That's just me. That's just kind of how I feel. Now I'm not talking about the 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 geopulses and the wingbit stations. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your crazy expensive ones. I'm seeing some projects out there that want $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000 for these devices. ASIC miners for 10, 12, 16. I'm pretty sure I saw one for like $20,000 one day. That's almost the price of a car. And you have to hope that you don't burn it up within the year or two it's going to take to possibly ROI on that. Because as soon as you get that in, the difficulty's changing and you're going to have issues. I know I'm rambling on. This video is getting way too longer than what I meant it. My point I was just making is don't forget about these. Just because they're bigger cap, don't forget about them. The bigger cap tokens are some safe ones. Yes, you're not going to get the 100x and the 50x, but I'm going to tell you, not financial advice, but I'm still thinking you're going to get your 3, 5, 6x. And if you can do 3, 5, or 6, 8, maybe 10x in several coins, isn't that kind of the same of doing that, 20x in one token to a point? Bitcoin, if you want to hold on a little bit of crypto gold, you can, kind of like what I'm doing, just so I can say I'm in it. But look at this. Look at this. We all know the extreme greed gets scary when it's this high, because I remember being in that red and we kept saying this was really the time to buy. The market cap, 3.35 trillion. Dominance, 58. But my point is, just to double your money in Bitcoin right now, You need to get close to $200,000. Ethereum, I just think Ethereum is going to start losing out. Ethereum, people just don't like those gas fees. It's not exciting anymore. Some people call it the Bitcoin, the crypto silver. I don't know. My issue is I don't want to keep anything on exchanges. And just to move Ethereum, the gases are still too high. Solana has leapfrog BNB. I called this a while back. Called it. And Solana has easily beat BNB. Wow. That's crazy. XRP is coming. BNB is just not that exciting anymore. BNB, the last bull run was hot. That's where your meme tokens were. A lot of your new tokens. And you don't hear about that no more. It's Solana. And I'm going to tell you right now, Solana is going to flip Tether soon. It's going to be number 3. And Ethereum, maybe not this bull market, but I wouldn't be surprised. You might see Solana number 2. This is crazy. Here's Cardano. Cardano is coming up, and AVAX is right behind it. I'm telling y'all. I know some of y'all in Sheeb. Don't discount Polkadot. Sui. I hear a lot of people talking about Sui. But again, we like some of these tokens, but you can't get in all of them. Some of y'all might be able to. I know I can't. Uniswap. Alex Becker talked about HBAR earlier. Let me tell you something about Chronos. Tell everybody, I bought $4,500 worth of Crow, or $4,000 worth of Crow, which back then was $4,500 to put on my card. I swiped my crypto card for everything. Dinner tonight, and I'm making Crow. Now I'm not making it what I was when it was 6 cents, but now I own 27,000 Crow. Now I've never bought one, other than the initial 4,500 tokens to get that card. So I have made 23,000 Crow just from swiping the hell out of that card. You gotta pay your bills anyway. That was a good thing. And hey, if Crow gets back to $1, it'd be very good. He likes Pole. His bonk, his whiff, Vet's coming back up. Look at that, 49% last 7 days. We've had some good push. We've had some good runs. Salam, HBAR, Algorand. Algorand's something that a lot of people don't really talk too much about it. But look, Vet, Cardano, Cosmos, Polkadot, Polygon. That's Arbitrum. He talked about Arbitrum earlier. I'm very surprised to see that. I didn't think your gaming tokens is a layer 3, whatever. I don't know. Hey, it's Friday night. I know I'm talking too much. Y'all probably don't want to watch this long. I just talked about being against long videos, and here I am. Just keep going on. This is exciting times. Even though I look like I'm about to fall asleep, it's 11:50 at night. I wanted to get this video in today because I got a lot of videos planned, so I'm trying to get something stacked every day for y'all. And but alt tokens right now. Listen, I know Bitcoin is getting all the excitement. Don't forget about these boomer alt tokens, your older alt tokens, where we know what they did in the past. We know what the all-time highs were, and we hoping they can get past them all-time highs. I know I'm stacking them. I'm DCAing into them. I'm stacking them. I'm taking my helium rewards. I'm going to do a whole video on the whole helium HIP 138, what's going to happen to it. And somebody basically shot themselves, whoever the mobile, VE mobile, whatever it is, whale. We don't understand why he would just vote to kill all the mobile he had. I don't know, but I'm gonna do a video on that also. And got a lot of stuff going on, so we'll try to see what we can do. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great weekend. God bless all y'all, and get ready for this bull run. Put your seatbelt on and let's go.